So I'll give you a little close-up before I start tucking him. So haddock, chips, curry sauce, bit of salt and vinegar, all for a mere £3.50. Good morning campers, welcome back to the Daily Meat. It is Friday the 24th of April 2026. You're joining us from Skeggy. We've done our first camp on the Daily Meat and we're still here. I did move though, I did move position. Where I was further down the road, there was boy racers racing up and down, and then the car park on the seafront is just on the corner there. So I moved up to this end, which is kind of like a dead end by the Royal Hotel. Look at the size of that building. I've never actually noticed that building before. Look at the architecture on that. We've got some nice pillars there. Yeah, I moved up to this end and it was alright. The only trouble is there's a bloke that keeps coming out on them balconies, that one there. Hey, that is there now. And he chain smokes. He's literally just had a smoke and gone back in. But he must have been doing that till like midnight. I could just hear him constantly coughing. Apart from that, no real bother. You got some, I don't know if it's hotel or just people who live in them flats. It was pretty sweet night's sleep. Yes, I've just put the diesel heater on because it was quite chilly this morning. I think about 3 o'clock this morning Bruno woke me up. He wanted to get into the bed. He was a bit cold. But yeah, I'm just gonna take Bruno for a quick pee, make myself a coffee. Warm up a little bit first, yeah, and then we'll start thinking about what we're going to do today. Right, campers, so I was parked down there, but the boy racers were coming up this road and going into that car park and they kept flying up and down. Very annoying. So this is the bit I parked on, right down there. Tucked out of the way. It's not a through road either, it just stops at that hotel at the end. So this was a slightly better spot than down there. Although when I just got out of the van then, there was a few neighbours sitting out the front of their houses. They didn't look too impressed. So yeah, I was just taking Bruno out for a pee. And with them neighbours, I ain't going to go too far in case they do something to my van. So yeah, we're going to go back there in a minute and maybe just move back down there. But yeah, the parking there is 6 PM till 8 AM anywhere along that road, and you've got 2 hours parking either way of that. So in theory you can get there at 4 PM and then park there till 10 AM the next morning. Look at this skeggy bush, very tropical, Bruno, isn't it? Look at that. Best daily dogging channel. He spotted another dogger. Best daily dogging channel. Right, I'm going to get back to the meat wagon before my tyres get slashed or I get honky lips written on the side of the van. Right, we've moved a little bit further down to the clock tower. I'm going to take Bruno for an extended walk. He's having a little sniff already. So after the walk, we'll continue heading in a northerly direction again. It's actually a beautiful day today, but the wind once again is still rather chilly. But there's a bit more cloud in the sky today. Not as nice as yesterday. I'm actually going to pop back to B&M before we leave. stock up on a few more items. And also there was some tiramisus in there. 2 little pots for £1.50. For some reason I didn't buy them. And then Mrs. Meat sent me like a little mem last night about somebody with a tiramisu, and I was just thinking back to them. The ones I didn't buy in B&M. I'm ashamed of myself. I should have bought them. I don't know why I didn't, and it won't happen again. Look at them wispy clouds, campers. Very strange. Looks very picturesque over the body of water there. Bruno's fighting his demons. Every little bit of duck poo he's trying to sniff. You gotta leave it, Bruno. You gotta leave it. Good boy. I think we've passed them. No, there's still more. See that in the window? Starbuck. New protein cold foam. Ew. Right, one little last look at Skegness seafront and the clock tower. I noticed the clock tower looks like it's leaning to the left a little bit there. A bit of subsidence. Yeah, you can see it on the actual camera as well. Look at that. Leaning to the left. The leaning clock tower of Skegness. Some of the arcades are starting to open up now. Getting ready for a day of putting all your money in a teddy machine and winning nothing. I think after that chili con carne last night, skid risk, I can relate. And just before we leave the Skegness area, there's something else I just want to check out quickly. Something pretty darn cool. And it's not the Audi TT there, floating in the air while stuck on 2 poles. Oh no, something a bit bigger than that. Check that out, campers. Isn't that pretty sweet? Welcome to fabulous Skeg Vegas, not in Nevada. Now look, you can get a fun cool headshot as Elvis or Marilyn Monroe. There you go, campers. Fun cool pic in the bag. Well, thank you very much. Nailed it. Yep, and that's the sign as you're leaving Skegness. Drive carefully, come back soon. We'll be back in a little while. We'll be back later down the line. Our campers, we're driving through the rural countryside of Lincolnshire, just alongside the North Sea to my right, heading to Huttoft Beach. Gonna stop there for an hour, have a bit of brunch, have another coffee, take Bruno for a walk on the beach. A couple more miles to go, but it's a nice little road. So as soon as you come out of Skegness, past Ingle Mills, and just head north along the coast, this is the nice little country lane you drive up. Very peaceful. Although now I have a Vauxhall Corsa that seems to be moulded to my back bumper. It is right up my back doors. So I'm going to go even slower. I'm currently doing 30 miles an hour in a 60, just for badness. Overtake me, you know, or just sit on my back doors. Entirely up to you. Oh, I see hand waving movements then. Must be getting quite feisty out there. They're getting quite feisty. Oh, look, all them stray clouds are back in the sky. They've reappeared. Anyway, we've arrived at Huttoft Beach. There's the boat shed on the right hand side. We can have a bit of al fresco dining on the roof there. Let's see if we can get a parking space. Last time I come down here, half the road was inaccessible. Oh, no, that's cool. It's okay. It's opened all the way up this time. Unfortunately, parking down here overnight is no longer allowed. Not allowed, and it's pay and display certain times of the year. Let's get a little park up and have a spot of brunch. Right, and to the left, you've got sweet sea views, and the sea is right in today. Yeah, check that out, campers. Beautiful spot. It's one of the first places I brought the T4 when I bought it. Was to this very beach. Yeah, so parking charges 10 AM till 5 PM, Good Friday to 31st of October, up to 1 hour, £1.50, up to 2 hours, £3. Yeah, no caravans, no heavy goods vehicles, no trailers, no motorhomes over 6 metres in length, and the traffic wardens do come round with tape measures. I've seen them do it. Well, Bruno's just chilling out. He's had his breakfast. Gonna have for a little pee. The sun's shining. Beautiful, beautiful day on the beachfront. Look at that. We've got a bit of egg in there. Semi-runny. Bit of a semi on, and we're cooking a bit of bacon. Oh, lovely jubbly. Campers, just load this up. Get a bit of that bacon in there. Oh, lovely jubbly. Check that out, campers. Put a bit of seasoning on the egg. Bit of pepper. Look at that. Oh, lovely jubbly. Let's finish her off. Let's finish off. Let's get a little hat on there. There we go, campers. Bacon and egg roll. Bit of brown sauce. Beautiful sea views. Oh yeah. Well, campers, all about simple things in life. Bacon and egg roll, bit of brown sauce, and a sweet park up with some beautiful sea views. Good health, campers. Well, campers, beautiful beach here. That's where it's parked up for a little bit. Had a bit of brunch. Bruno's having a little sniff around. He's just had a pee. He's the best daily dogging channel on YouTube. Beach edition, seaside edition. Look at that. He was actually fast asleep, so he's just woke up. Bit tired, ain't you, puppy? Look at that. Beautiful sea views, eh, Bruno? Very nice. Very nice. Right, we've got about 15 minutes left before our ticket expires. So let's go have a little stroll. Let Bruno stretch his legs a bit, and then yeah, we'll start venturing that way, heading north. We're just coming into Sutton-on-Sea. The diesel price here, 185.9. That's pretty good in this day and age. Look at that old bus on the left there as well. Sweet. Now this is a nice little seaside village. I've been here a few times in the past, and there's a really good chip shop on the left hand side here. What's the name of it? That's the one. The Dolphin Traditional Fish and Chips. Very nice. Recommend it if you're ever in this neck of the woods. Try that. Yeah, quite a nice little quirky seaside village. Not a lot of places to park here, but there is some nice stretches of beach as well. Now, I am very tempted to get fish and chips, but one of you guys, you know you are, pointed out a certain chip shop a little bit further north. We'll see how we're doing for time, if we can get there today or tomorrow. But it's safe to say it's probably one of the cheapest fish and chip shops in the whole of the United Kingdom. We'll give it a go. If we'll be there today, I'm not sure, or tomorrow, but within the next day or two, we're going to be definitely trying it out. Anyway, for now, on this beautiful day, we are heading in the direction of Mablethorpe. We're just coming into Trusthorpe. And they welcome you. It says welcome. It's a real nice day today, very nice. Not too hot. It is a tad warmer than yesterday. The wind chill isn't quite as bitter. Yeah, nice day just for cruising along the coast. So we are the day after St George's Day, and I noticed there has been a lot of flags up the last day or two. Look at them. Very nice to see. Oh, look at that, campers. What a beautiful sight. Never be ashamed of your history, where you came from. Flags mark boundaries. A lot of people seem to forget that. When I say a lot of people, I say the minority, because they ain't the majority. Raise your St George's flag and your Union flag with pride. Look at that, beautiful sight. Makes you proud to be English. Oh yeah. Well, campers, we are in Mablethorpe, parked up in the shade. Got some parking for 2 hours. 2 hours parking, £1.10. And Bruno's looking super enthusiastic. Need to go for a walk, puppy. I think Bruno wants to go into the arcades. We've got to keep walking forward, Bruno. I want to go to the beach. Yeah, we just had a little walk down this road, and Bruno's not enjoying it. Bruno's not enjoying it. Well, we got to keep soldiering on, puppy. Keep going forward. That's it. And we wait by the road. It's a little bit windy here, campers, but we are at Mablethorpe Central Beach. And again, from 1st of May, dog is not allowed on the beach, Bruno. Have a little wander. Have a little wander on the beach. Want to go on there? No? No, he just wants to walk on there. Look at that. Bruno's loving a bit of life on the beach, isn't you there, boy? Eh? That's good fun, isn't it? Having a good sniff at all the sea minerals. Yeah. Salty little sea dog. You got an itchy back? Yeah, Bruno's gone crazy. You're broken, boy. Come on, we need to keep moving. Crazy boy. Well, that's quite a fancy little park there. Even got some, can't quite see, are they pedalos right in the far distance there? I see some swan. Yeah, I think they're pedalos. There's also some public toilets, but I've got Bruno with me. I could do with dropping the Crosbys off at the pool. Life on the road, campers. Well, campers, we are back at the Meat Wagon. Bruno's enjoyed his walk. Have a little snooze in the shade. I've just been to the public conveniences. 40p per use. So yeah, that wasn't bad. That'll be in the North Sea by dinner time. Right, so we're going to carry on venturing north. We're going to head in the direction of Grimsby. We're going to drive through Cleethorpes, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be stopping there today. What time is it now? Just come up to 2:15. My ticket runs out in about 15 minutes. So yeah, let's start moving. So I was just driving through this village on my way to Cleethorpes. This is Theddelthorne St Helen. Very nice little picturesque old church. Almost looks like it's green stone, but it's just well, it's gone a little mouldy in certain areas. Looks pretty mad. Bit of a weed going through in the gutter there. But what caught my attention, I actually turned back and parked up here. When I drove past, see the bluebells. Check that out. All the bluebells in the graveyard. That's pretty mad. beautiful sight. Look at them all. Oh, what a place to spend eternity. So they've been cutting some of the grass, but they've left all the bluebells around the graves. That's mad. Look at that. What a beautiful sight. And quite the grand old church as well. It's even got an old school lamppost. Look at that. But with a modern-ish bulb. Wow, check out the price of fuel around here. Diesel 179.9. That's the cheapest I've seen for quite some time. This is in Saltfleet. Right by the New Inn. That's a very nice old pub. Once we get to Cleethorpes, it's right next to Grimsby, so I may actually have a little stopover somewhere. Just have a little rest for a bit, maybe have an afternoon snooze. Unless I see a little lay-by in the shade along the way. Or I'll try and find somewhere to park up in Cleethorpes. Look how vibrant them colours are, the yellow contrasting against the beautiful blue sky. Well, campers, we have made it to Cleethorpes. Just on the left hand side here there's a Taco Bell. Now when that opened, that was one of the first ones in the UK, and then in 2018 on the main channel we did a video there with Mrs. Meat and the kids. Did a video right there sampling a bit of Taco Bell. And I can honestly say that was the first and last time I've had a spicy bell in my mouth. Not had one since. Didn't like it. Didn't like it. It's a little too spicy. A little too sloppy and spicy. Never again. I actually think that was the last time I went to Cleethorpes as well. It's been a long time. At the time I had a long wheelbase Iveco daily that had turned into a camper. And I remember I couldn't get it parked anywhere because of the sheer size of it. Not long after that I sold it for that very reason. It was just too long. Prior to the Iveco I had a T4. Sold that because it was too small. Got the Iveco, then it was too big and I went back to T4s and I've stuck with them ever since. Stayed with the meat wagons. Yeah, this ain't the first T4 I've had. I've had quite a few. Well, campers, we're currently in a Tesco car park in Cleethorpes. And Bruno's got his daily protein. We've got some plain chicken breast slices. Original taste. Tasty protein on the go. Look at that, Bruno. Oh, Bruno's getting a little carried away. Getting sassy. But look at that chicken breast. Look at that, Bruno. Oh, lovely. Bit of breast on a Friday afternoon. I must admit the traffic around Cleethorpes is very busy, very busy. It's quite chaotic. I had a look around the seafront, driving around, and it's just chaos around there. And couldn't really find anywhere to park that was free, because we like free. So, yeah, found a Tesco, and here we are. Man, your breath stinks, puppy. So yeah, Bruno's enjoying his portion of protein. Look at that, that's all gone, that's it, finito. All gone, all gone, no more. But anyway, I'm gonna have a little snooze for a bit, chill out. We're in the shade under a tree, nice and cool. Oh, happy. Yeah, I think you need a bit of juice, don't you? You need a bit of puppy juice, and then we'll have a little snoozy poos. Got a sweet T4 alert, just by the roundabout there, nice caravel. We're on the move again. So we're now heading to Grimsby, to Matthew's Chippy, which is arguably the cheapest chip shop in the whole of the UK, where you can get a portion of haddock chips with mushy peas or gravy for £3. Apparently it's classed as a non-profit community service, and they source their fish themselves and smoke it themselves. So we're going to head there now and give it a whirl, because it'd be rude not to, and see if we can get some fish and chips for £3 in this day and age. I was looking at the menu, and like cans of pop are like 80p, and there's like battered sausage, fish cake for like £1.10. Insane prices. Apparently it opens at 4:30. It's currently 5:05, and we're 10 minutes away. This is exciting, campers. All I've had to eat today is the bacon and egg roll and a couple of biscuits this morning. I've been saving myself for Matthew's Chippy, so better be open. I'll be very disappointed. Right, so this is Stanley Street. Now we've got to find Matthew's Chippy. Oh, I see it. There's a bit of a queue out there.
Destination is on the right.
Oh, so I'm going to have to queue up. Damn, it is busy in there. I ain't going to lie, it looks a bit rough around here. I'm going to stick out like a sore thumb. Anyway, let's go. I ain't gonna lie, that was a bit of a an experience. But yep, I got fish and chips with curry sauce. It's actually £3.50 now, and a shandy. Give him a tenner. I got £5.50 change. £4.50 haddock chips, curry sauce, and a can. £4.50. That's mad. Oh, it was a long queue. There was a lot of crackheads. There was a man with a pushchair pushing a baby, and in the cup holder he had a can of Budweiser in there. I did get a little bit of footage when I was in there, the menu, so I'll put that up. Oops, I'm dropping my can on the floor, but it was very busy in there and very small. So let's go and get parked up somewhere where I don't feel like I'm going to get mugged and eat a £3.50 fish and chips. Well, we are parked up in an Asda car park. I think this will do for a place to have a spot of lunch, bit of a picnic. I forgot Bruno was in the back of the van. Since we left Tesco. Oh dear. Anyway, fish and chip time. £3.50. That's pretty mad. That's pretty mad in this day and age. And you get a fork as well. Let's see what we get. So I'll give you a little close-up before I start tucking in. So haddock, chips, curry sauce, bit of salt and vinegar, all for a mere £3.50. So I'm thinking if we set our expectations low, then we won't be disappointed. But that place was heaving. There's a lot of characters in there. Definitely a lot of characters. There were some people who are definitely on crack in there. Right, anyway, let's try that. Curry sauce is a bit congealed. Okay. The curry sauce is alright. Just a little bit claggy. Could do with a bit more liquid in there. The chips are okay. So we've got a bit of skin on there. Definitely not the best chips I've had. They are a little bit underdone, if I'm honest. Quite dry, with a bit of curry sauce. Okay. We have a can of pop. Right, let's try a bit of the fish. To be fair, that fish is actually quite a decent size. Ooh. Right, look at that, campers. Bit of fresh haddock. Good health. Okay, the fish is actually pretty good. The batter's a bit again a little bit dry, but I've definitely had a lot worse in my time, and for that price you can't grumble at all. Let's try with a bit of curry sauce now. And to be fair, there's a lot of fish in that. Now, I got fish and chips at Aberystwyth a few weeks ago. I think that was like £14.50. It was better. The chips were definitely better there, but this actual fish itself is very nice. The batter's not the greatest, but yeah, some fresh fish, and this was cooked fresh in front of me. Not bad at all, not bad. Right, anyway, I'm gonna carry on chowing down on my £3.50 fish and chips with a bit of curry sauce, and I'll be back in a bit. Cheers, campers. Well, campers, I've just been editing the daily meat. It is currently 7:15. I've had allowed time for the £3.50 fish and chips to digest, and that was quite good for the price. That was quite reasonable. Obviously we're in Grimsby, so the fish is like, you know, straight off the boat into the chip shop. The chips could have been better, but you know, again, the price, you can't really complain. Curry sauce was alright, and we had a can of pop, can of shandies, good. But no, overall, for that price, that is amazing. There were some chip shops around the UK, you'd probably pay that just for the chips on their own. But anyway, I'm gonna have to end this video here because I need to get this video edited and uploaded. I haven't got a park up as such yet. There is a little lay-by. I was looking on Park for Night just outside of Grimsby. I'm probably going to stay there tonight. Obviously I need to get this video up, and I ain't going to be able to show you it. You'll have to check back in tomorrow's video and see where I end up in the morning. But yeah, that's going to do it for today's portion of the daily meat. We had a good little day. We started off in Skegness, had a sweet night's sleep, and then we've been slowly working our way up to Grimsby. Some good little stops along the way. Been a nice little day out. Bruno's still sleeping in the back of the van. He's enjoyed his walks today. I may nip into Asda, get a few little extras for the meat wagon, make sure we're all stocked up. I think I need to get some water and yeah, a couple other bits. But yeah, that'll do, and we'll continue our Lincolnshire adventure tomorrow. So now we're sort of at the top right corner of Lincolnshire. We're going to follow along the Humber tomorrow, and then start making our way back down the other side of Lincolnshire, the west side of Lincolnshire. So yeah, if you want to carry on watching this road trip, make sure you tune in on the next portion of the daily meat. So thank you all for watching. I'll catch you all tomorrow. Stay meaty.